I think we can get started. I'm not seeing anybody from the HR. We can get started. Sohini, as a process, I may have to take a screenshot. I want to do it at the beginning of the call. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, just a minute. I will just make the voice somewhat more. I was unable to hear you. Is it fine now? Can you hear me properly?
Yes, it's fine for me. Is it better for you?
Yeah, it's better for me. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm taking a screenshot. Thank you. We can get started, Shirley. So I got your profile from my manager, and it will be helpful if you can give me a brief introduction about yourself, and then we can start a conversation from there.
Yeah. So, hi, I'm Sohini. I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. I have total 7 years of software development experience. So, in this experience, I have cultivated extensive experience, particularly in my latest role, uh, which is Java and J2E technologies, including Spring Boot and microservices. My proficiency isn't just backend focused. I have also embraced front end development, means I have got the opportunity to work in front end as well, where I worked with React.js. As an individual contributor, my daily responsibilities are centered around agile scrum practices, tackling tasks systematically through the Jira tickets. My technical expertise also belongs in CI/CD pipelines as well as containerization with Docker and orchestration with Kubernetes. Beyond my technical contribution, I am also committed to develop others, dedicating time to mentor and provide knowledge transfer sessions to the interns and freshers who are joining our team. Uh, in an essence, I would like to conclude it as I am an avid learner. I am always eager to absorb new technology and apply it effectively in my project. So this is a little bit snapshot about my professional journey. If you would like to know specific about the project that I am working currently, I'll be happy to answer on the same as well.
Yeah, at least on the last project experience, it will be helpful to see where we are fitting in for Java development.
Yeah. So in the last project, we have developed a telecom voice activation manager. Mean to say it's a configuration management product where we are activating for each 5G SIM the voice, mainly the voice. So what is the internal architecture of it? So we previously we used to use for 2G, 3G SIMs mainly the monolithic architecture, but as the data grows well with 5G and again 6G are also coming to market, so we came up with microservices approach. For that we have used Spring Boot microservices architecture as backend, where we used event driven architecture. We have publishers and subscriber model with the help of Kafka message broker, and front end we have similarly used React.js. So what we are doing, we have a complete system where we have first the API gateway where all the filtration and the load balancing part is taken care. Then we have the publisher API where the filtered API data are getting processed and it is getting stored in Kafka message broker. And to that Kafka message broker, we have different listeners which are listening every time, some listeners, and some other listeners are listening like with respect to the cron jobs or timing we have. Okay. And accordingly, it is processing the data again to another message broker, and that messages are absorbed by some third party subscribers. So like that it is happening. And whole process, we have our actuators, we have used admin servers. For logging purpose, we have used ELK, Elasticsearch Log Kibana, and internal logging we used Log4j and SLF4j. We have Lombok dependency as well. We have used mainly the SSL certifications to secure our application, and we used rigorously the REST controller, I mean to say the Spring Boot REST APIs to achieve these things. This is the little bit, yeah. If you would like.
I think you also mentioned that you are working on Agile as well, right? Yes. So can you quote me one user story that you were handling?
So currently, I was handling one front end. Okay, no, better I will go for back end stories. So. Okay. Recently one R&D task we have done. First of all, we came up with the approach of RabbitMQ. Okay, and there was lot of data, and we were unable to maintain the instances of RabbitMQ with the help of our product. Okay, so what happened from that RabbitMQ? We came to the approach of Kafka. So when it comes to Kafka, it is a very complicated system, right? Like we have message brokers, we need to secure those messages as it is a live streaming product, right? So we already we had the SSA certifications for it. So what we did, we means our two APIs were getting connected to, means the publisher and the subscriber, two models were getting connected to Rapid MQ, but we made it as Kafka, and we have the publishers we did not do much changes, but subscriber and we need to do like at the rate Kafka listeners, and these things we have used. And yeah, this is a recent kind of R&D we have done. And apart from it, mm, okay, there was some performance issue as well in our product. What happened for AT&T, we were trying to deliver this product, so there were like they have lot of scene to configure every day. So it's like around 2-3 lakhs, or maybe it can go more than that. So for that, one publisher's instance was means was not getting enough. So we made that publishers like uh, 3 instances we made as of now for them. In the lab testing are going on. So after that, the messages it got easily processed. Okay, and then it's stored in separate message brokers, means separate instances, and accordingly it has been processed in subscriber, because subscriber model from the first only we have means load balancing process, and we have like not one instance, it is always 5 6 with respect to the customer. This is one thing. And another thing is like we will be working in so many new features coming to the picture. So like if some node data came, means network element data came, so we need to process it, like we need to store it, means we have our Postgres DB as well. So internally we have done the product, like we are having our own REST APIs. We have the services, we have the DO. Mostly we have used JPA repository configurations, like Spring JPA we have used. And sometimes we are writing our own query also, means custom query as well. And like that we have delivered like lot of business logic, new some configurations, like some configuration data we need to do. So we have written post, put, patch, these kind of things. So these are the mostly
Mostly like enhancements to your
no,
services.
no, no. This product we have developed it from scratch. It is not an enhancement project. So this is the recent story I am telling you. From the first, this product was not there. I have mentioned at the first, it was a monolithic architecture. So only one physical server they used to deploy everything. Okay, and currently still we are using the existing API gateway only. The same API gateway what we used to use in monolithic. So that development is also under means R&D, because we are using now AWS solution, and we are trying to go with AWS API gateway. That task is going on. So we made this everything, like that publisher subscriber model, then the Kafka in the middle. This all the things are done from the scratch. Last 3 years almost we are doing. This is just one module I'm talking about, voice activation manager. Previously we have done it in SIEM activation manager as well. So these are the separate modules for 5G.
Maybe we can try some hands-on. I think you're already a presenter. You can share your screen.
Yes.
And any favorite IDE you can open.
Yeah. I have already opened. Just a minute. Let me share, and let me know once you can see my screen. Okay.
Yes, I can see a browser now.
Yeah. So this was yesterday's one. You want me to create one more?
Anything is fine.
This is fine, right? This is yesterday's one only. I can continue on this, right?
Yeah, it's fine. I think, okay, what was yesterday's? It was your largest number.
Yeah, yeah. It was like I need to create means these duplicates from the stream, and here it was the second largest number. I have used Mart short for that, so I have created
Yeah.
this.
Maybe we will try a little more extension on this. So what I'm looking for in this exercises, I'm trying to see how well we are covered on the error handling of the process. Okay, let's take a simple program, the same one, or let's try to extend it. Let's take, I'm going to take my inputs from my user. I'll take it as my command line argument. So you can, I can give you a snippet if you want, or
Yeah.
if you want.
Okay. First, let me write in a
Mm.
notepad. If you don't
Yeah.
mind, yeah. Please tell me.
Yeah, I'm taking in my input acts, like my main method has got arguments. It is a string array. So in the string acts, I'm going to get a list of input from my user. Let's keep it simple. So all my arguments are going to come when I execute my program. It's a string array. So what I wanted to do is I still want to find my largest number out of it. But since the input is from the user, I want to ensure that my program handles the errors properly. So it can be a special character, it can be a string, it can be anything, right? Because it's a user input. So in that case, how would I extend my program and ensure that the program gracefully exits? The exit points would be, I want to print the largest number. If any other extra characters or special characters are provided, I still want to continue my program. I want to print my largest number, but I want to update the user that there was invalid inputs which are ignored.
Okay, invalid input should be ignored.
Yeah, I still, it's a command. I can give you a snippet if it makes your life simple. Let me just check.
Okay, so let me understand.
Mhm.
Like I am going to, as an user, I am going to provide an integer array. Okay, and I'm trying to do some operation. Okay, now in case of integer, I have provided some invalid input,
I
which is
am
like
printing you a snippet. Hope that answers most of your questions. So this is a small snippet that I have pasted. Currently, the largest number, it is simply looping over the inputs and then it is printing it. So what I want to extend my program over here is, I want to take the string array and then find the largest number out of it. And also ensure that I'm finding the largest number. If it is not a number, I want to inform the user that it is not a number.
it
There
is
can be
not
more
a.
inputs. So I can give you some examples what I wanted to execute. So largest number, it's a command line. I'm saying Java and largest number, and I will give 10 to this is how I might be executing. So here the expectation is I print 33 and still say that there were inputs that were not numbers, and I'm ignoring them.
Okay. So I need to continue this. And in the main itself, I need to handle the.
So you can modularize however you want. That's not the idea. I want to see how we are gracefully handling all the exit points of the applications.
Okay, okay. So just let me think somewhat.
Sure, sure. Feel free to use Java doc. That's not a
Ah,
problem.
yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, okay. You mean to say this one? I will. Then
Oh,
I will.
any other tools or any other things that you want to reference should be fine.
I'll make a new one. It will be better actually.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So I need to continue. I need to continue the execution and need to do that. Okay, got it. Okay. So first, what should be my approach here? This is okay. Argument dot length only it is taking, right? So I have a main method in that we are normally passing the arguments, that is an string array already, but we user is trying to pass an integer array, and I should be accepting an integer only in this case. And if integer array is consisting different values or some special character, so I should give an alert to the program like means this is not an integer. We are going to skip the integer, means we are going to skip the special character, and we are going to handle the rest of the array. And how we will do that error handling, I hope I understood correctly.
Yeah, the ask is print the largest number out of it. Still, that's the same problem that you were solving
That's the
yesterday.
same that I
Print the
got it.
largest.
Hmm.
Yeah. But
Okay.
the input is a string, so that's why you need to consider what you need to do for the special characters and not a number, right? Still.
Not a, yes, yes, yes. So this I am just not consider. I am considering your this program only at the first. After that, I will go to the largest one. Is it fine?
Yeah, go ahead. The ask is just print the largest number.
Okay. First of all, tell me one thing. This is a string array, right? And we are trying to do it with that means dot length like that. And okay, so in that case, can I do some modification on top of it? Like if I will make it as parseint like that
Sure,
integer,
sure. Yeah,
that's
if
fine, right?
that solves the solution, yes, that's we can proceed.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it on mind, and I'm just trying to write the code.
So I just gave you a snippet how we are iterating over the array. So feel free to modify.
Yeah. I don't know why this is not working. One minute. So done. So what I was thinking, this is coming as string, right? So if I'll make it string argument like that, I'm trying to make all the first of all, I need to be sure that it's everything is coming as integer or not. So that's why I'm thinking to do parse int. In that I'll pass this. Okay. So what it will handle? It will handle that integer value, whatever it is coming. Okay. Now I will do one thing. I'll make it inside a try block. Okay. So okay. And I will make it inside a try block, and in the catch block. So here, not this exception, because as you have mentioned me, like already it will be like some exception that if I can keep number format exception. Yes. This is the exception I was looking for, and in that I will print Okay, so you want means I'm just asking like if I will handle this error, so shall I handle it in system dot error or system dot out would be also fine in this case.
That's fine. I just want the largest number as a
Yeah.
message. So
Okay.
that's what we are looking for. How do you want to handle this application? This is given to you. You can see how you want to gracefully write the program.
Okay. So this is uh, like if I will keep error not an integer. Yeah. So keeping keeping argument like that I'm keeping and let me keep the okay and here also let me keep this one let me keep this and this one I will keep like integer and equals and value and fine right. Yeah, like this if we will handle like if I'm giving this number formatted exception, but in this case once I will run it. So you have given me a snippet also, right? Let me take it. So this main I need to call it somewhere and then I need to pass the argument on top of it. So because of that it's not working. So is it the one that means the way I have written is it means the somewhat the approach that you are expecting or I need to do means I should think somewhat more on this like I have
So
first yeah.
I didn't get your question.
Yeah, so I'm asking like the one I have written. So is it the one you are expecting? Means I'm in the same path. I need to some add something on top of it, or uh, means this is not the correct one that I'm.
No, no, there are multiple approaches, right? It's not
Okay.
like correct or not. So the we are writing a program for solving a purpose. So we can see how well it fits in. What are the pros and cons we can discuss later once you
Yeah.
have completed.
Yeah, so this is the one only that I feel like in the main method already means I am trying to iterate through the argument, right? So what I am trying to do for making sure I am keeping everything as in dot parseInt because we have taken a string argument, right? So this is already coming as a string. That's why I am making it as parseInt. Okay, so that it will be easily be getting converted to integer. Now if means if it fails like due to this non-integer characters we can skip the argument and display some error message. So that only I'm trying to do with this number format exception. With that I feel this is the
Oh, but
correct.
the ask was to print the largest number, right?
Oh, okay, now I need to print the largest number. Okay, so I'm copying this one. Okay. So by using this, I need to print the largest number. Okay, in this case, this is an int. So okay, I have done the mistake. So better. For second one, I have done this. Okay, can I means rewrite this part? This was for second largest one. So if you, I can go with some other code, right? Fine, right?
I don't have problem in any sort of
Okay, okay,
implementation,
okay. No, I
so
was
feel free
trying
to
to
use.
think about the previous one and just trying to.
No, if it solves the purpose, that's what we do, right? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So how I can approach now? I need to go for. Where I will make the I will initialize it. This is the engine. Now in that right block I have this. As I am writing in this, I should think about this part only. So I have already the argument in the picture. Now if this int value in this largest integer, in that case I will what I will do, I will go with largest integer equal to this int value. Okay. Or else what I am going to do. So this one is enough, right? So now what I can do is, so I have the int value and I have this integer. If this int value is not, so every time it will go from from this one. Now in the cache I have this, right? So this I can check that. Okay, now what I can do is okay, yes, just check if it is not feature mean value. In that case, what I am going to do is it is not a mean value. In that case, I will print the largest integer and keep that inside. And I'm going to run it. So this will be written and else I make like so I make like let this okay. Yeah. So okay. That yeah, this is how I'm thinking. We can do it. So what I have done first, I have taken the largest integer, and this is the only the largest number. That's why I just kept it like if it is integer value is means int value we are getting, right? If it is greater than the largest value, all time we are means keeping it inside this largest integer, and this one also no need. Or else like for debugging purpose we can use it. And then I am doing this exception, and ultimately I am checking if it is like if it is not the initial value, that means it should be some largest integer will be there. If no, like full the it is full of some special character, in that case no valid integer will be found in this case. So like that approach I'm thinking.
We can run the program. Yeah.
Okay. But we can run. Yeah, as of now nothing is there, that's why it will come as no valid integer. But as we are directly accessing this ARGS,
You can edit the configuration and try to give some command line argument, right?
I can, sorry, I did not get you. Once again, can you please repeat?
You can edit your run configuration and try to pass your command line argument.
Okay.
This is which ID?
STS, strings
Okay.
to suit.
It's Eclipse based, right?
Eclipse based only.
Hmm.
So, mm,
Do you want to go to your run configuration and check?
yeah. That only I'm going to do.
You can go to arguments. Yeah. You can put the arguments. No, in the largest run.
Yeah, I'm in
You.
that only. 1 minute. I just missed. Yeah,
There is a second.
yes.
Yeah, you can give your argument. Put the arguments that we
That
have
you have
discussed.
given it to me.
I think the space is already there.
Okay, so no need to give. And this bracket, do I need to give, or it is?
No, I don't think.
Okay. Um, so it is keeping. Yeah, correct. I was actually thinking, frankly speaking, that how I'm going to pass this argument. But today I got to know that a nice idea. I never tried this. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're getting two messages.
Yes. So you want me to keep it only one message to keep inside this? In that case, I need to this arguments as well. I need to keep it as. Shall I proceed for that, or?
No, you can just share your idea. What you think? What else can be done to give a single message?
Give a single message, yeah. This is like it will take more space, right? So that constraint also we need to think. So if I can make this is an uh, again, if I'll create an array, no, I think I need to create an array and I need to push it in that. What else better I can do? So in case of error, I need to show only one message with whatever the special character will be there. So if I will make now these arguments, then how I can parse it as things, right? Okay, I can do one thing. Here I can use a string builder, okay, and I will keep it like all the things I will. Shall I write the code? Means
You can just explain now. It's
yeah.
fine.
So what I am trying to think, like if I am going to use a string builder, I will collect all the special characters inside that. Now what I can do, um like means in this error section, I will just append it with that in that string builder na. So dot append, and I'll keep that, and that only I am going to print it like that if I am going to do.
Okay. Okay. If you had recollected what we discussed first, we just wanted a simple message. Like we are ignoring characters. There are multiple ways to solve it. That's fine. So this is what
So
you are proposing.
you mean to say we were expecting only this one to show, not the all the characters, whatever it is there, just to skip, right?
Uh, yeah, that's fine. It depends on how we wanted to
Yeah.
see. Okay, just a minute. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, Sohini. Maybe we can try a little more on now. Maybe something more on the REST services that you had. I think you're already familiar with it.
Yes.
I want to design an employee organization model. Okay. And what my service I'm trying to expect is my employee organization, any organization, it looks like this, right? There are a lot of employees, and the employees are reporting to a manager, and the manager reports to another manager. So that's how the hierarchy is in any organization. So I want to build a similar employee organization model. And what I'm looking for in my employee services, I want to fetch my employee details. That is one service. And if I'm going to provide my manager details, I want to find my reportees for that manager.
Okay, okay, just a minute. I'm just making the structure for my understanding. Okay.
Sure.
Yes, yes.
We can keep it simple. We need not complicate. So let's keep
I
an
get
employee
VP,
organized. Yeah, okay.
VP, manager, lead, SSC, and AC.
No, no need to go till it. Let's keep it simple.
SSC?
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Manager, lead. Okay, manager has got a lot of uh, uh, reportees to them. Lead is a role, right? Do you want to?
Okay. So that cannot be an organization model. So manager
That needn't. Let's keep it simple. So all our employees are reporting to some managers, and they have employees have different roles. They may be belonging to the architecture role. They may be a lead. They may be a QA engineer. They may be a R&D engineer. That's just a role that they are playing on.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's keep the service simple. I'm looking for a service to be designed such that I give an employee information, I get the details of that employee. I ask the employee who are reporting to a manager. So these two are the services that I'm looking for. You can simplify your approach. You can start with I would say I would start with the DTO and my data model. And then I'm looking for my controller. That's it.
So just clarify me this part, like
Yeah, sure.
uh, like I have an employee organization model where under manager so many employees with different roles are working. Now
Yes.
I am
They
going to
all belong to different departments. Yes, right?
now I
R&D
am
department.
yeah now I am going to fetch one employee information. So I need to
Mm-hmm.
fetch the employee information along with that which manager it is trying to report. And if it is a manager, in that case manager and under manager, what are the reportees employees are there. So for that I need to create the DTO and the DAO service and also the controller things, correct?
Yes, I'm looking for two services. One, provided an employee ID. Let's keep it simple. Provided an employee ID, I get all details of my employee. And the second service is I'm asking for get reportees of that manager.
Reportees of that manager. Okay. So one is just to get employee and
Yeah,
one.
anything it can be.
Okay.
And the second is get reportees. So the input should be, if I'm a manager, then I will have reportees. If I'm not a manager, I will not have any reportees.
Any reportees? Yes. Hmm. Okay. Let me think. So just tell me one thing. Like I need to have two different APIs for this.
Yes.
uh, get employee means like how. Okay, no, these two should be interconnected, what I can understand. Because if I am trying to do this get employee and this employee is somehow manager, in that case I need to show this get reporting, correct? I am correct now?
Sorry, I didn't get your last part.
Okay. So if I'm trying to get employee, suppose in the query parameter only I'm trying to pass the employee ID. Okay. Now this employee ID somehow it is a manager. So if it is a manager, then only give me the reportees. Otherwise, don't give me the reporting. Correct?
We will not have any reportees for that employee details, right? Employee
Yes,
ID.
yes, yes. That only I will keep a like if it is manager, then only call this get reportee. Like that, I will do. So that I
Okay.
am trying to say. Correct, right? Whatever I told.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So first I am okay. Okay, let me think it simply. So first I should have an entity class with employee. Okay. I will start coding also, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and in that, suppose so in that suppose I have the um, sorry, I have the primary key as ID, and this one I can make it generated as well. So so this one let me make it generated value like this, and we need to provide the strategy here. So yeah. So now let me write the strategy also. No need this much.
Sorry.
You are trying to say something.
No, no, go ahead.
Okay. So I will provide some strategy where this generation type dot, usually we do this identity only because then only unique keys will be getting created. Yeah, identity. So this is my this one. Now if I will have this private string name, I'll keep private string role, which should be an important thing, and mm, okay, let me come to this later. Here I should have an instance variable of employee, which will be I will be declaring at manager, but that I will do it later. Now first let me create the DTOs. Okay, so I will create a public class employee DTO where I will keep these things, and as well as should have a private. I am keeping the report is in a listed only, so I'll keep this employee DTO type and make this as report is like this. Okay. Here let me make this private employee and manager instance variable like that, because why I have created this is an like a reference to that employee if some manager will be coming to that thing. So
Sure.
now
Okay.
i I may need to I need to create now the employee repository. I am using JPA only. Okay,
Okay.
public repository repository repository, which will be extending repository. Okay, and in that what I'm going to pass, I need to pass the employees. Okay, and I will pass one long This is the ID I'm going to pass. Let me keep it. This is my repository part. As of now, I'm not writing anything. Now, now I need to think for the service as well as I need to think for the controller. Right. So I will create the service which will be an employee service, and here I will keep the dependency injection of this employee repository. So I'm making it as word private repository. Let me make it as emp repo. Okay. Now, now I need to write the business logic here. That will come to that. Before that, let me create the REST controller. So I'll keep a request mapping, and that I will keep like employees, and I will keep like controller. Okay. Now in this I should have activate right, and in that I will keep like I'll now take the dependency of the service. Service like this I will keep. Okay. Now I need to do a get mapping. So in the get mapping, what I am thinking is I'll keep the ID like this. Okay. And here. So this what I will do. Public response entity of employee DTO I will take. Okay. And get employee by ID. I'm keeping it specific as I have passed it as a path variable. I'm doing integrate path variable long ID. I'm taking it. Now response integrate fine. This one. Now what I need to do? Okay, now I need to call the service here and do the business logic things. Okay, this is the general structure. Now I need to write the services also. Means service I need to write the business logic that I will call it in the controller level. Okay, so
Maybe, Sohini, I think I got the idea how you're trying to approach.
okay.
So, how would your table look like in this case? So, what would be your column definitions?
Okay, so what I need to do here, I need to do a mapping also in this
Mm-hmm.
entity class itself. So what I
Okay.
need to do, I think I need to do here at the rate many to one mapping, because uh, otherwise it won't work. Why? Because I'm saying like for one manager there can be means means so many employees can connect to that as reportee, right? So
Mm-hmm.
for that
Yes.
I am thinking it should be many to one. That only I was trying to think and trying to write the logic, so that part I was
Mm-hmm.
coming. So if I am doing this, then what I thought I will do in the service, like now I'll be fetching the employee information, like by with the ID of the report, means whatever ID I'm getting. So what I will do, if that ID I will I was thinking I will take an optional of that ID one. If it is there, then I will just do it like this: emp repo dot find by ID, and there I will give the ID. Okay. If employee is existing, means I will, as I have declared it as optional, I can check, right, is present, and then I will take the details. Okay. That itself I will return. Now uh, in case of manager, what I need to do, in case of manager, I means I need to check the reportees as well, right? So what I will do, first I will check this role. So if role equal to manager is there, then I will, for that I will write one more method. Okay. So from the employee DTO only, I will check what is the role. So if role is manager, in that case, I will add the reportees. Means I will create one list of reportees that I have already in this DTO, right? So this, by using this, I will store all the reportees under this, and I will return the same employee DTO at the end.
Okay. I understand that you wanted to do many to one mapping for the
Yes.
same table. That's why I just wanted to understand what would be your table design looking like in this case.
Oh, okay, okay. You mean to say database table, how it will be designing?
Yes.
Okay. So in this case, many to one mapping, what will be the database table, how it should look like, right? Mm, wait, that database side, it will be an employee table. Okay. But wait. So how these managers will be getting stored? Um, so first I will keep that primary key as this ID, then the name, role, and I need to keep an another table also, because and that I will be connecting with the help of the foreign key. Okay, I'll keep a
Mm-hmm.
manager ID, something like that, in the main employee table. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and that manager ID I'll be referencing with that means that manager ID I'll make as foreign key for another table primary key, like that I can do actually. So in okay, just let me think once. Yeah, this manager, then in that case I will, if I'll have a manager ID. Yeah, yeah, correct only I told. So ID will be the primary key for employee, and manager ID will be the foreign key that will be referencing to another employee ID. So to establish this many to one relationship, because of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you define in your entity? Yeah. Will you be using any Hibernate mappings or anything? How would you ensure that the key mappings are done to your
So
entity
this is
correctly?
already I have created with the help of at the rate entity, right? And the get type
Yes.
methods, for that I will be using Lombok dependency. I'm just thinking. But in case of
Mm-hmm.
Hibernate, it could have been different. Like in case of Hibernate, whatever the table name is there, better I will keep that name only, and then I need to give the name here. Okay, like if it is something different name, so in that case I will be giving the name here, and for each like each variable I will keep the name accordingly. I will do the mapping at the rate name. I think I forgot that recently I'm writing everything in JPA, that's why I made this as JPA. So once I
I
have,
just want to understand how would you address that foreign key or the referencing of manager ID in any technology that you have used?
oh, okay, okay, okay. So
So it's fine. If you're not remembering right now, it's fine. Yeah.
yeah, that also we can do in Hibernate. There will be some keyword at the rate, something will be there, and I will be able to do it. I could have created a project itself in Spring Boot, and I could have show you.
That's what I was just expecting. Any reason for not using your Spring
No, no,
initializer?
no, not like that. I couldn't actually yesterday. Interviewer told me to use Notepad in this case, and today suggestion
Okay.
said so. It's my
Uh,
mistake. I'm
no, not an issue. So you're familiar with your Spring initializer kit.
yes, 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 yes. Those are thing I'm
Okay.
family. If I have idea, I can just make the things. Sometimes interviewer they will see right. We know the keywords or not, but every time to remembering all the keywords, it's really difficult. So
I don't think that's possible right now. That's my opinion.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. A Spring initializer would have saved you some time.
Yes, yes, STS. I could have created and direct a project here, Spring Boot project, and start writing the same.
Okay. Maybe we will touch upon few technologies and tools that you have mentioned over here.
Yeah.
Okay. The first thing I think you have mentioned a couple of times that you are familiar with Log4j. Can you help me understand what is an appender in Log4j?
What is an
Appender.
okay? So appender in Log4j.
Yes.
Okay. Appender.
Anytime you have configured the project with
Yes, means
Log4j,
yes.
customize them.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
So what we do in the pom.xml, we add the dependency, and in case if
Mm-hmm.
we are creating from the first, we will just get the suggestions right while creating the project. Then only we will add that org apache log4j. Okay, and we will be doing the configuration. But appender, you mean to say how we are going to means like what are the imports we need to do that org dot apache dot
So
log.
Log4j is fine. A dependency, setting a dependency is fine. After that, for your application, you need to do some configurations, right?
Yes,
For
yes,
your Log4j.
yes.
So I'm just looking for what configurations. One of the configurations is appender. Maybe you can share what configurations you will do
We,
for
we we will
Log4j.
be doing okay. I got it. That XML file actually you are talking about. There will be one appender things also. I got it. So the means info label log we can means we can keep the status right. So I think you mean to say that only right. So we
Those are
will
the
be
configurations of Log4j, right? So,
yes, yes. We will be creating an configuration file which will be like log4j.xml kind of name we will be keeping. This file will specify how the messages are proceed means going to proceed. Okay. So what we will be doing, we will be giving the levels like system dot out if we are targeting that we will be especially we will be keeping it as means info level log. So like we will be configuring the console appenders that the logs are messages whatever the logs we are going to show in that console. So like that we will be doing some I think appender reference with that we will be means in that we will be giving the reference of that console and accordingly it will be writing. And then in the
okay.
project we can use logger.debug, logger.info, logger.error level. So that is the log4j XML file we will be doing.
Okay. You told about console appenders.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the only appender that we have
No,
got?
no, no, no. We have so many appenders. Like for definitely that log, I should store it in ELK as well, right? Means if I'm
Mhm.
using some tool, in that case, I need to use that particular reference, like the Elasticsearch reference. I need to use. So there can be multiple reference.
Okay. Do you have a brief idea how that Elastic search goes over all your component logs?
Okay, so you mean to say how I have configured the Elasticsearch log in that log4j.xml file?
No, not. I am just trying to understand. Do you configure Elasticsearch in your Log4j, or does Elasticsearch pull information from your component logs?
It is the thing is Elasticsearch is pulling all the things. So we have already the log4j Elasticsearch dependency in our pom.xml, and inside that means in the law, I couldn't remember that properly, but inside the loggers there was some reference was there for Elasticsearch also, where we configured this Elasticsearch appender to send the log events to the Elasticsearch instances. While means mostly we do these things when we are trying to do the set, means when we have the local things. So at that time, to check that, we give the port also, like which port it should go, and check like if everything is fine there or not. So like that we are doing. I'm not much sure like what you are asking, but usually we do for the local setup these things, like we use the reference of Elasticsearch.
Okay, I'm not aware of using a Elasticsearch or a local application.
Yes, we can do that in the appender
Mm-hmm.
reference also, we can do that. So there we need to means what we need to do now to send that log events to the local Elasticsearch instances, which I remember the default host and port will be 9200. Okay, so we can customize our host, port, everything, but with that appender also we can just append it inside the Elasticsearch local setup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's different. So you mean to say that your application will send the logs. It will not log into its own application. It will send to an external service.
Mm, yeah, I remembered that only. Maybe you
Okay.
are, yeah, as I could remember, because in my development purpose I have used it. I after that I did not get much work on the logging thing, so I am not sure about that. But I
Do
have
you
done.
see any issues or performance challenges in your application logging to something external?
Mm, logging challenges. Um,
Performance challenges, not logging challenges, performance.
like you mean to say some delay will be there, kind of like that kind of you mean to say?
That's the performance, right? Yes.
Ah, yes, yes. Mm, so some logging performance while connecting to ELK. I think there was some delay, as I remembered, but how? So, mostly when we are sending the logs to the log4j, na, it's like two different things, right? So we will be mostly doing the batching, right? Means the batch logging. So log4j will be allowing that batch log events before we send them to the Elasticsearch. So for that, some delay was there. Okay, so what we did for that, I think we came up with asynchronous logging. Means we did some asynchronous logging concept. So what was that? Like the log event, whatever it was processing to a separate thread, we will say that we were improving. Means how we did in the application, means we have this means to improve that performance, we reduce the impact of the logging in the main application thread only. So log4j will be having that async logger and async appender, right? So that we have used, and we have configured the same to achieve that asynchronous logging. That is one thing I know. um, there was one more thing also we were doing, that is optimized indexing. So in that Elasticsearch, so indexes that log data efficiently, right? So we can further optimized with configuring that custom index templates. Okay, that we have done one. And filtering level also, it was one more point, like all the logs we should not keep it as info level, or some like error level. Error level anyway, logs will be somewhat more, right? So log levels also we have made it somewhat like cautiously we made, means we checked like whatever should be go for debug, we made it for debug, whatever should be for info we made like that. Then
Mm-hmm.
what else we do, like these are the few things I can remember now what I have worked recently.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
some load testing also we used to do. Okay, means before deploying the application into our means into the customer lab, means
mhm.
that is done by QA team mostly. So we conduct the load testing to evaluate how well all the logs are getting handled. So if any potential bug or if any potential delay will be there, so by tuning our log4j configuration, we could have changed it. So like this kind of things also we have done in load testing. These are the few things I could remember.
Okay. Okay, yeah. One final question. So you have mentioned about this one, right? Services, microservices you have
Yes.
developed, and so what sort of testing you do as a developer? What sort of
Okay.
frameworks you are familiar with?
Okay, so we do JUnit and Mockito. So,
Mm-hmm.
so we mock all means if we are suppose doing some controller testing, this one.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, we mock the service and accordingly we write the logic. We give some default value. We use like assert null or assert equal like this kind of methods to get our value, and accordingly we write the test cases with the help of JUnit and Mockito.
What about integration tests?
Integration test, I am not part of it. I am means like we use Selenium for that, but a separate team is there to work on it actually.
Okay, I saw you had also mentioned Postman, and
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, Postman is
okay.
for like to check our all the like I have my own local setup and for development purpose, right? So like we use Postman to check if the means our logic everything is working properly or not, or whatever the field we want it is coming properly. Like we send the JSON data payload and then get the response. So that for checking I have used Postman.
Manual tests you use Postman. No
Means
automation around it.
No, no, no. Automation testing, that Selenium part has been done by some other team members. I'm not part of it.
Okay, okay, not an issue. I think I took a few more minutes of your time,
No, no,
Shohini.
that's
Yeah.
not an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Shohini. I'll get back to the HR. Thank
Oh,
you.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Priyanshu. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye.
Bye.